What's up, man? Welcome to another episode of My Take. So I want to give my perspective on Colin Cowherd, the ridiculous statement that he made, man. I can just throw up in my own mouth, man. The whole thing is this is what privilege look like. First of all, the thing that this man actually wanted to suggest is pathetic, to be honest. Basically, what he wants to do is push the WNBA towards in the entertainment side and let the game be scripted. Nobody wants to watch no scripted game. We want to watch and see how good Caitlin Clark really is. Okay. And mainly, we wanted to see how good she is due to the fans. The fans said she was the best thing since sliced bread. They said she was better than Diana Taurasi. They said she was better than Brianna Stewart. They said she was better than Ion Nascu. They said she was better than Aja Wilson. They said she was better than a lot of people. People wants to see it. So how is there a such thing as playing of planning a certain schedule or making the schedule weaker for somebody like Caitlin Clark? That's not something that you want to do. That's not something that you should be doing. That's not something that display greatness. If she's great, let her be great on her own merit. Why are we trying to create scenarios for her or situations that are lighten her load? Because if that was Angel Reese and they tried to tell her if they said that about her, people will be jumping all over them. That doesn't make any sense for this man to come out and try to suggest that the WNBA got it wrong due to the fact that they didn't make her schedule weak. Now that's a weak statement. That's a weak state of mind. Like, all it takes is for her to do everything that she's supposed to do, and she should be all right. Right now, that's not the case because people are, trying to get their feet wet as well. They're trying to get their credit, their recognition as well. Nobody wants to work that hard just to give up or give over, their shine that they work to get to the same place for. Nah, that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Colin Cowherd, is his suggestion to me was very amateur. You don't do um, you don't lighten the load for one player just because she's bringing a lot of attention. His way was basically not making sense to me, and it's not the way that you can actually grow the league. So I'm gonna go ahead and play what this man said under the guise of fair use, and y'all let me know, am I tripping? Because basically he just want people to hand over the keys without her ever earning, the position of, being a WNBA great. He just want people to just not play as much defense. Or you gonna see it, man. I'm about to play it right now. I'm about to play what this man said, man. It's ridiculous if you ask me. This man basically want people to get to hand over the keys for this one lady. And there's so many ladies in the WNBA that are better than her, that has the same amount of talent. They just got to get the same amount of viewership, the same amount of attention, the same amount of TV play, all that will help them as well. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm getting ready to play this video of what Cowherd said, and to be honest, man, I think it's disgusting. I think what he said, it basically will make you ask the question: is it scripted? You see what I'm saying? It'll make you. It'll definitely
Get
make you
Messi
ask.
paid. Get Beckham to L.A. Get Caitlin Clark an easy schedule. WNBA, you got to do better. You got to help Caitlin Clark. 28th year of the WNBA.
I'm gonna play it again.
Never had a player either good enough or interesting enough to drive marketing, revenue, and TV ratings so that the entire league can fly private. But Caitlin Clark, who's never played until a week ago in a WNBA game, is the first player that appears they're banking on her. And I say banking literally. They're literally going now to private flights for 2 years. So they finally have this moment. Don't put Caitlin Clark up in the first 4 games against New York twice and Connecticut twice.
And the question I have to ask is why? If she as good as everybody's giving her credit for, what is the problem? Wouldn't that have been a beautiful statement to make if you play somebody and you at least get one out of the 2 games? You know what I'm saying? It's only 12 teams in the WNBA, but why are we just banking on her? That's where the problem lies. I keep telling people, whoever they marketer, they need to fire them, because basically what they should be doing, and I'm not just saying it's Caitlin Clark, it's Angel Reese as well, right? These are two players that are tied together. Believe it or not, they are tied, okay? What they should have been doing, they should have used both of their celebrity to spread the vision and to spread the exposure amongst the whole entire league. That makes sense. The stuff that they're saying right now don't make sense. They're basically saying Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark, right? Now, let me ask this question. What if Caitlin Clark get hurt? Then what? The eyes go off the NBA, the WNBA. I'm sorry, I keep saying NBA. The eyes go off the WNBA. Now the WNBA don't look as good. Why? Because all the attention that they were putting was towards Caitlin Clark. What about the Asia Wilsons? What about the Breanna Stewarts? What about the Angel Reese? What about the Carmelia Cardoso? What about Enrique Agumbawale? What about what's the other player? Diana Taurasi. What about Gray? What about, just a lot of players, Alicia Boston? You know what I'm saying? What about these players as well? Because he only want to focus on Caitlin, but they can use her celebrity to spread the talent, to spread the exposure amongst other players. All they got to do is say, you know what? This player is better than Caitlin Clark. And that create exposure for the other girl, because a lot of people are going to say, no, she's not. She's not better. Watch, when Caitlin Clark plays versus her, she's going to do better. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. Now people know who the other lady is. But the fact that they're just trying to make the person out of this, make the league out of this one person, they're doing themselves a disservice. You shooting yourself in the foot. It don't make sense to do that. So what this man is saying is absurd. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. But let me finish playing what he said.
The best defensive teams. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities. I don't know what they have to do. I don't know if they have to change the trade rules, if they have to get her better players, lighten up the schedule. Sometimes you just have to get stuff done. You just have to figure it out. Get Messi paid. Get Beckham to L.A. Get Caitlin Clark an easy schedule. WNBA, you got to do better.
And by doing better, it's changing the schedule for one person. How did that make sense? It didn't make a lick of sense. Basically, what he's saying, hey, give her favorable treatment. Hey, if you got to put her on the line, do that. If you got to cheat for her team, do that. That's basically what he's saying. Give her an easy schedule. This is the WNBA. There's not supposed to be an easy schedule. I know that her team wasn't the best, but basically what's going on is that she's getting acclimated to the league. If people wouldn't put so much pressure on this young lady, she would be thriving. Right now, she's not succumbing to the pressure. But if y'all just give her time, like I explained and expressed, she's going to do better. She will. But the expectation that people have on her is too high right now. You cannot put expectations higher than you put on Asia Wilson. She's a better player, at least right now. Breanna Stewart played against her twice. Better player right now. Now, is it subject to change? Yes, it is. But is she performing the way, even if you're in here right now, and also, man, accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. But if you're a Caitlin Clark fan right now, based on your standards as a Caitlin Clark fan, do you guys feel that she's performing the way that you thought that she would perform? Or do you feel like right now at this moment she's underperforming? And it's no knock. And it's something that most people go through. It's just that the stipulations that is put on this young lady is criminal. What happened? Yeah, the stipulation that is being put on this young lady is damn near criminal, because now we're asking her to do X, Y, and Z, but the exposure should be spread amongst the whole entire league. Because, and just hear me out, y'all. Just tell me, wouldn't this make more of an exciting WNBA if Caitlin Clark, right, was headlining, and then instead of saying that she's playing versus the Aces, if it's Caitlin Clark versus Asia Wilson, wouldn't that make more sense? Wouldn't that make more of a rivalry for the team? Wouldn't that bring more exposure and eyes to the WNBA? If they say Breanna Stewart, oh, Caitlin Clark played versus number one player for the is it the Wings, right? I mean the Liberties, okay, the New York Liberties, Breanna Stewart. That'll be a great thing to go off of, right? Because we want to know who's gonna win that matchup. Just like when she played Angel Reese. Oh, two rookies playing it versus each other. Who's going to get the victory? Who's going to outperform the other? The same with Gray. The same with all these other players. It makes more sense when you do it that way. Demetrius Wilburn says she needs to come off the bench. She looks small. Need to bulk up. Now, I'm not going to say put her on the bench, but one thing I am going to say is definitely take the stipulation off of her and definitely take away GOAT status, because I tried to explain to y'all. A lot of people are mistaking it for hate. She wasn't a GOAT. She was one of the best players ever for high school. I mean, for college, but she was not the GOAT. I don't think that she was better than Cheryl Miller. I don't think that she was better than Cheryl Swoops. I don't think she was better than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I just think for the most part, she was a really good shooter. She was a difference maker for her team. She was just that type of person. You feel what I'm saying? But when you as a fan just crown her undeservingly, and then she performs this way, people gotta rub it in your face, because the way that people are addressing people that like Caitlin Clark, they're saying that she's a delusional fan. They're delusional fans because they expect her to come in and do the unthinkable. And the cold part, if she continues to play like this, I don't even see her winning Rookie of the Year. And I'm just going to be honest. This is not a popularity contest. This is a performance contest. This is winning, getting a job done type of contest. This is, showing that you belong and that you amongst all the rest of the top tier plays type of competition. This is the WNBA, where all of the top women is supposed to be performing at. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, when it comes to judging a player, always give them time. You know what I'm saying? It's just like LeBron James. When LeBron James first came into the NBA, he started playing. People was talking about how good he was, right? When he came into the WNBA and instantly started performing, I actually became a LeBron James fan. You know what I'm saying? I stopped liking LeBron James when he went to Miami. I can't follow nobody who do stupid stuff and scary stuff like that. You minimize the competition just for the sake of winning. That means that you ain't got the heart. You ain't got the belief to think that you can win it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or have a team built around you. But as far as Caitlin Clark and what Bill Hurd said, it was ridiculous. It don't make no sense. And for y'all who had just came in here, you know what I'm saying? I'll play it one more time for y'all. It don't make no sense what this man said. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go ahead and play it one more time, man. You know, for those who have it. But look, one more time.
You got to help Caitlin Clark. 28th year of the WNBA. They have never had a player either good enough or interesting enough to drive marketing, revenue, and TV ratings so that the entire league can fly private. But Caitlin Clark, who's never played until a week ago in a WNBA game, is the first player that appears they're banking on her. And I say banking literally. They're literally going now to private flights for 2 years. So they finally have this moment. Don't put Caitlin Clark up in the first 4 games against New York twice and Connecticut twice, the best defensive teams. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities. I don't know what they have to do.
So the fact that they're telling you they got to play these 2 teams already. They got to play these 2 teams, and it's only 12 teams in the league. So therefore, it's only 144 players that play in the league. At what point do they play? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if she played some of the weakest teams, weaker opponents, you got to remember the weakest team that was probably in the league was the Fevers. So it ain't no guarantee that they win those games either. And in fact, it might be worse, because if they play those teams and they're losing, then people are going to be like, hold on, she ain't even winning. She's not even losing versus top tier teams. You know what I'm saying? So that might hurt her credibility. That might hurt her stock. You know what I'm saying? But people are going to follow her, but they got to find a way to spread they got to find a way to market all of the top player for each team. That way, each time they play, it means that it's a rivalry to be had for that game. So whatever game that they play, so it might be, for instance, it might be Carmelia Cardoso versus I'll say Alicia. What is it? Alicia Boston, right? If you create that rivalry, that means once they play versus each other, then it basically create a situation to where people are going to want to tune in. So it's more than just a person that's just hot for the league. You know what I'm saying? But I explained to y'all as well. The success of the WNBA does rely on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Is very essential for these 2 teams to be successful. So I am with Colin Cowherd. I'm with him. I want to see Caitlin Clark win. I want to see them on top, because that means that the WNBA will be getting way more eyes on the WNBA, right? It would get way more eyes. But I'm not willing to do that just for the sake of moving stuff around just for her, changing the whole dynamic of the league just for her, lightening the load and try to make other teams weaker just for her. And in fact, I heard something that was terrible. How do you suggest that you guys play defense on her, but let her score, let her get hers, let her do her thing, for the sake of the WNBA? Basically, what that's saying to me is, yes, man, script the games. Script it. Make sure, that y'all know what y'all going to do. Yes, y'all want to win, but hey, for the betterment of the WNBA, y'all gotta lose. Hell no. I would never watch that. If I find out that that's the case in any game, I stop watching it. I stop covering it. I stop talking about it. And I'm going to just go back to not watching any of this stuff. I stopped watching the WNBA, the NBA, for the simple fact they were that they were basically cheating. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to watch nothing where it's super scripted. They tried to do that with Denver when Denver was playing Minnesota Timberwolves. They tried to cheat then. I'm not gonna watch it. And I'm just letting y'all know that now. You feel what I'm saying? But man, thank y'all for tuning in. You know, that's all I got for now. Hey, accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. You know, y'all have a beautiful night.